is up, everybody? James Jackson here, back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, I do tips and tricks for the film and video making industry. So if you do like the content here, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, it really does help out with the channel. And hit that bell so you can stay up to date on all the content going forth. So I am really excited today to talk about this light right here. If you've been watching my recent videos, I've been teasing this light for a while, and just for the little tests and the little things I've been playing around with the house with, I am so happy to get this light, and I think this could bring a lot of potential to your filmmaking shoots. This is, my friends, the Nanlite Pavotube II 6 seed. This is the little brother of the 30 seed, which is the large one of the family, and the 15 seed, which is the 2 for the lights. I do have a lot of things that this light has over its bigger brothers. One of the main things that I like about this light is the fact that the controls on the back are a lot more easier to manage and a lot easier to navigate compared to the big brother, which is up there right now. The other thing is that once I turn this on, the other thing I really love about this light is the fact that even when you dim this light, and this is, as you can see, it's quite bright as it is, but I'm gonna dim it down. Right now, this is 10%. And one of the things is when you dim that one down, you see all the LEDs in front, but as you can see, as you guys are looking here, you don't see it. It's a pretty smooth diffusion across the board, which is great. And you can even dim it all the way down to 1%. It's still pretty easily smooth. Now, to just show you how powerful this light is, I'm going to turn my key light here off for just a brief moment. And then I am going to crank this up to just 10%. And I'll put this is about 1.5 feet away from me. As you can see, this is pretty bright and what it's capable of doing. And again, this is only 10%. If I was to crank all this up to about, like, this is 50% right now, and if we go all the way up to 100%, I'm pretty much blinding everybody. I can almost feel the wall behind me with just keying this light. It's that powerful. And I really do like about it. And as you'll see from these footages right here, that this is where I took off all my keys in my front light, and basically I'm just having this Pavotube, 2 of them, backfill me, along with the bigger brother just bouncing off the wall. And as you can see here, it's still pretty bright, and I've still got a lot of wiggle room. And you'll see here, I actually have you can set up a 2 light setup where you got one of the Pavotubes bouncing off the magnet to the wall, and then another one up front just as a key. And then if you go into other shoots where it's like more night, you can really play with the difference of colors and get some nice contrasts. Whereas here we're getting a little bit more of an orange and a teal blue look. So I think there's so much potential with this light. So let's actually go into, let me turn this back on real quick. Sorry about that. So let's talk about the specs of this light. So one of the things I like about this light is the fact that you can't accidentally turn it on. You have to hold this all the way down till the low name comes up, and then it will power on. So what we have here is the CCT mode, and it's bicolored. So the way you navigate through the system is, actually, let me bring this down to 1% so I don't blind myself. So the way you navigate it through it is that you'll use the switch to go through the different sections of the mode you're in. So in this case, CCT. So right now you can switch to dim, your CCT, so your color temperature, and then the green and magenta. We'll get to that one, the green and magenta, in a second, because it's very important, especially knowing this light. And then you just use the plus and minus to just go up or go down. So if we switch to CCT, we can go all the way up to 7,500 Kelvin, and then we can go all the way down to 27 Kelvin. So 27 Kelvin, and we'll go all the way up to 7,500 kelvin. So we got quite a bit of a range here. And then, of course, there's the green, blue, magenta. Now, it is very, very important that you sort of do it for your own sake. What I will say, and this is probably the one negative I have, well, there's two negative, but this is one of the main negatives I have with this light, is that the color accuracy is really, really off with this light. That you have to probably add like a plus, anywhere I would say between a +7 to a +15 of green. If I actually, and I'll show you real quickly what I mean. I'll turn, let me go back there. Let me turn this up to a reasonable 15%. Let me turn this off for you guys. And you'll see it's very, I don't, you can probably tell it's very, very pink. Very pink. I've typically found, and again, this is from your own personal preference, I've personally found that 9 is sort of a good point for me. +9 is a good solid point for me if I'm keying myself with this light, +9. But I simply say anywhere between +7, 8 to +15 is where you sort of want to look at this light. But it's great to have this here. If this wasn't here, I probably would not recommend it because the color is that much off. But now we go to the hue saturation mode. And what's cool about this is that you can dim it all the way down to its white. You can dim the saturation down all the way to its white. And then you can, so you can dim it all the way down to its whites and then bring it all the way up to full saturation. The only problem you may run into is that it may take a while to get there, but it's pretty decent. And then it goes through the whole color wheel spectrum. And what's cool about this light is that if you understand the color wheel spectrum, each number of that's supposed to be on that spectrum is accurately represented on this light. So if you can find out which blue number you want, like 186 or 187, you can get that specific color right here. And then of course you have the effects ones, and I think most of these are pretty decent. Like this is candle fire. I think this is a pretty decent candle fire. And what's cool about this setting compared to the other ones is the fact that you can show where it's dim. Like it can start at 0 and go to 15, or you can have it go up to 8. So it's like you can go to 8, so it's a little bit more of a subtle fire change. And then you can switch the maximum to like 20, and then you can also adjust the speed as well. But I gotta say my favorite one right now is the Wielder. It got a nice kind of like broken bulb effect. So this is personally my favorite effect, and I like using it. I got a music video I'm definitely going to be interested in testing that out. Let me turn this off. And that's pretty much the run of the mill of it. The other cool thing, I guess I should mention this, because this is something that I am very, very excited about, is the fact that it is magnetized. It's a magnetized light, and I do enjoy the fact that it's magnetized. Now, it's not as strong as something like the Aperture MC. But it's still pretty powerful. It's definitely more powerful than the Falconized magnets. I also think it's the light. But what's also cool is that there's magnets on different edges. So if you want to sort of bend it at an edge, so you want to sort of angle it a certain way, you can use the magnets that way as well. An interesting story was we had a power outage earlier this week, so we lost all power, and my wife was trying to cook dinner, and then she was trying to race against the clock of the sun setting. Fortunately, she didn't make it, but luckily I had this, and basically what I did was I magnetized it above the food, and then she was able to see the cook. But so it's great that you can even use this as sort of like a helpful thing in the personal life, not just in your film life as well. Overall, I love this light. I think this is probably one of the best things. I'm thinking if just for the accessories, because as you can see right now, I got the second one because I bought two of these. The second one is right behind me, just sort of being like a little kicker and an accent light, so to give me my hairline. And I love these things. I think you should definitely consider getting these things. They're only $99. And what's great about Nanlite is the fact that they also have different accessories. Now, one of the accessories I think I'm definitely going to get, and what you probably should get, is there is a almost like it's like a bag, but it's basically kind of like it gives a honeycomb. Basically, it's a net, so you can concentrate the light. So instead of just blowing the light, spreading the light, you can concentrate the light on your subject, so you can get even more contrast and more depth of field with your shots. It makes a huge difference, trust me. So the only other negative, it's not really with the light itself. It's with Nanlite's. It's more with Nanlite, and that is there is an app system, but honestly, it's not worth it at this point in time. The reason being is you need to purchase the router in order to start up the app, which is an additional $300, which I think is insane. But the other thing is that the app is not even updated for the newer line products. So you can't get full control of this light as you could with something like the Sidus app off Aperture, or even the Luxley Composer, or I'm sorry, the Luxley Conductor app, which is a pretty good app as well. That's to me, if Nanlite can update that app and actually where you don't need a router, you can just download the app on your phone and just go straight to accessing your lights. If they do that and sort of have like a Sidus Link setup, almost like how Aperture has it, they may really give Aperture a run for their money, because I am really loving a lot of their lights, but I really need like an app, so I could, in the event that it's in a spot where it's not easily accessible, I can just go into my app and make the adjustments that I need to make. But overall, this is an amazing product. I cannot recommend it enough. I would definitely say have a couple of these, you could just throw in your bag. I mean, they're small, they're tiny. I could easily put it in my pocket and just walk around, and then but they're great to just really give a little bit of enhancement to your setups and your scenes. Can't recommend them enough. So let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you may be interested in getting? Let me know. Leave a comment below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take care, everyone.